The new parts have arrived from the factory without issue. They'll be fitted to the car in time for the next session.
Hey guys, and welcome to another video, and welcome to episode 2 of my F1 2018 Toro Rosso career mode. So today's going to be the Bahrain Grand Prix. We've got some upgrades on the car, some reliability upgrades, so nothing special, but in the next race we're going to expect a lot of upgrades. We upgraded every single part of the car, so we're going to expect some improvement, of course, but let's go to the practice session.
Welcome to the deserts of Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session. So Anthony, lots to do of course in these sessions, lots of programs to run. What are you looking for when you jump in the car for free practice?
Well, you have basic checks first of all. You know, is the car working correctly? What are the track conditions like? And you'll be chasing that as the session goes on. Things like that. Then you start getting into the nitty-gritty of it all, and they become more like test sessions where it's all about gathering new data, testing components, tweaking the setup and so on. So there's only so much actual practice that these drivers need. Most of them will be plenty familiar enough with the track layout, either from previous experience or from the simulator.
Sit rep, we've got a leak in the hydraulic system, so it's going to be a few minutes before we can get you out on track.
So already we have problems. There's a hydraulic problem in the braking system, and we had to wait a couple of minutes before we went out, but eventually we skipped it and we started off the practice programs, and the first one was the track acclimatization. We nailed it, of course we did. Pretty easy as like the others, like in Australia. This is the tire program, pretty easy as well compared to last year. Last year's it was very difficult because you had to actually go to rich mix, compared to this year where you can actually go put the ERS down in the deployment. But then we had the fuel management, which we barely made. We had to brake there a little bit on the line. Then we had the ERS practice program, which we did as well, pretty well. Then we decided to end the practice session, skip the last few seconds. We ended the session in P18, yes we did. Pierre Gasly is in 10th. He is on the same compound as me. We beat Kevin Magnussen, who was on the super soft as well. But this is only practice session, so it really doesn't matter. You can be really quick, but then you can be really slow in qualifying and the race. Reputation, don't think it's gonna change for now. And I think we're gonna go for practice 2 now and complete the other ones. We have the race program, I believe it's called. I always forget, but we do this one as well. Get full purple resource points to upgrade the car without any extra power on the car. We also do the qualifying program on these super soft tires, and we only managed to get it by 400ths of a second. That was pretty difficult, I have to say, but we end the session there in P6. 7 places in front of our teammate, down in 13th. Sebastian Vettel as well, ending that session in first. Second session in a row, finishing first. But now it's going to be qualifying, and we're gonna hope at least get into Q2. I would be really happy with that one. But let's go to qualifying.
The cars are ready, the drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain. Now then, Anthony Davidson, you're not getting any younger, but you have been involved in your fair share of qualifying sessions in an illustrious 30-year career. How do you deal with the pressure when you have that one chance to deliver a perfect lap?
It's not so much about dealing with the pressure, it's more about how you approach the risk and just how much of it are you willing to take. You're constantly balancing the car on the edge of grip from braking, cornering and traction. And over the course of a lap, it's easy to get that balance wrong. And that's why achieving the perfect lap is almost impossible. As you say, I've been doing this 30 years now, and it never gets any easier.
Right, it's not going to be easy getting into the next qualifying session, but we know you'll give it your all.
So we went out for our first lap. Early on we did go, and this is us ending the lap. It's always a problem when, as you can see, the ERS, the drive, is just emptying really quickly. I couldn't do anything because of that, and we're losing some time on the straight. I don't know if the AI had this, but I definitely had this button. For our first lap we did a 130.6. Decided to skip most of the session, and maybe we'll get in a lap in the last few minutes of the race, as Pierre Gasly there is in 16th currently. We're in 12th, but we decided to go out now for one last flying lap, and we didn't manage to actually make one, just about, but we end the session there in P12, and things were looking good for us, as Pierre Gasly didn't make it through. He's in P16, and he is around 5/10 slower than us. Make that 6/10, but we're into Q2, and this is our first lap in Q2, first ever lap in the season of Q2. As you can see, trying to get it as low as possible to continue getting the ERS, but yeah, that lap was a 133.4, 2/10 quicker than our Q1 lap, and we decided to skip the session until the last few moments. As you can see, just about 2 seconds left and we crossed the line to start the lap off, but as you can see, we're faster by half a second there into the lap there, and it's going to be 6/10. We're currently P12, not into Q3, but we crossed the line. That is P6. Unbelievable. How did we manage to get that? We did get some tow from some cars, like Max Verstappen. He gave us some tow when we went out for our lap, but that was incredible. I really gave it a lot. I cut a couple of corners as well, you know, put half the car off the circuit, but it didn't give me anything. But overall, it was a pretty clean lap, and I'm pretty proud of that, because P6, that's amazing. And now we're in Q3. It's still not the end, so we're not gonna start P6. We still have to fight it off with the others. But yeah, we're basically in the top. We are in the top 10 now. We're definitely going to start in top 10 if nothing goes wrong. But now, as you can see, we are going to cross the line, and we're P9. That's our lap for this qualifying session. I was really happy with that one. As you can see my reaction, I really was happy with that one. And we end the session there in P9, 1.6 seconds off Sebastian Vettel's lap. He was really quick, 128.2, 3/10 quicker than his teammate in second. And Pierre Gasly, I think, is gonna start in P16. He's usually much better in the race, so wouldn't be a surprise to see him, you know, finishing like 12th or something like that. And well, it would be even better if he got points. Emma there, pretty happy for us. So the team are really happy with me, and if they're happy, I'm happy. But yeah, without further ado, let's go to the race.
The curtain rises once more then on the desert stage of Sakir as the players take their places for the opening act. Will they enthrall us like they did in 2014 with that titanic battle between Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton? Well, we'll find out shortly as we get underway here in Bahrain. With me today, of course, is Anthony Davidson. Let's talk briefly about Lewis Hamilton. That was a great win in the last race. Can they keep that momentum going this weekend?
It's always nice to come into a Grand Prix weekend on a high, but your expectations are based much more on your practice and qualifying runs. So it's the momentum from those sessions that they'll be hoping to carry into the race today.
So before the off, let's remind ourselves of yesterday's qualifying session with a look at the starting grid. Kimi Raikkonen's perfect lap yesterday sees him start from pole position, and Valtteri Bottas will line up alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Hamilton, Daniel Ricciardo and Sainz, the rookie, Perez, Alonso and Sebastian Vettel, Grosjean, Van Dorn, Kevin Magnussen and Ocon, Gasly, Leclerc, Nico Hülkenberg and Sergei Sorokin. Stroll and Marcus Ericsson rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
This is a really good starting position for us. Let's try not to lose it.
So here we are on the Bahrain Grand Prix. We're gonna start in P7 because of some penalties. That's 2 positions for free. But from this race, I'm definitely expecting points. Would be great if we actually gained positions instead of losing them in the race. So yeah, let's hope we don't get bashed up into turn 1, and let's hope we can have a clean and good start.
Be patient and watch for the lights.
And it's lights out and away we go. It's a pretty shaky start. Sainz gets a well, the front runners gets a really good start. Alonso there right behind me. Perez there jumps me into turn 1. Look at, oh, there's some contact into turn 1 there from the other guys. Thankfully we don't collide with anyone, but I definitely saw some debris there as Vettel gets a really good start. Nico started in like P10 and he's already in P9 now. Well, not so impressive, but still, he's right behind me now, and he's going to be pretty quick. I think Perez might have some damage, because he's going really slow. We're gonna dive it down the inside of him. Maybe we can stick it. Yes, we do. Pretty good move. As you can see, there's a train behind him already. He definitely has some damage. I did not see anything there when I looked at his car, but continuing on now in lap 2, Sainz is in front of us, and we're going to come in on the next lap as Sebastian Vettel now is behind us and potentially going to overtake us into this corner. Around the outside he decides to go. We're gonna try and squeeze him off, and he gets a poor exit there, but he's gonna get really good straight on speed. He's not even using our slipstream, and he's gonna absolutely mince us into on the straight. Sparks flying as we go down the inside. Well, we get a really poor traction there, and we lose P7 to Sebastian Vettel. We really didn't have a chance there, so we almost gave it up, but we're gonna try and stick with him still, maybe getting some slipstream and DRS from him to try and catch up on the others. But this is the lap we're gonna pit Sebastian Vettel as well. is going to come in, so this might be a tactic that the front runners might be using. As yes, that is Lewis Hamilton, I think, just came into the pits as well. As we come in to make our pit stop now. 2.5 seconds, not too bad, but we did not go off exactly in time. Sebastian Vettel might have blocked us a little bit there, because he was going through as we completed our pit stop. But continuing on now, there are some people who haven't made their stops. Sainz, yes, he is on the yellow tire, so he must have made a pit stop. He's on the softs like me, but I think Stroll isn't, and he's holding up everyone. Look at how slow they are going. The two Williams, there's another one there, I think is blocking Vettel, but as you can see, Stroll, he must have, I think he's going to come in this lap, and let's hope we can get some slipstream off Sainz. Yes, Stroll dives it down in the pit. Well, we're gonna try and go down the inside of Sainz. Gonna brake late, try not to hit Ricardo. And oh, we lose the car there a bit, and he's down our inside. We're gonna keep fighting, and that was pretty impressive. We almost lost the car there. Well, we did, but surprisingly Sainz did not pass us as we lost the car there. But Ricardo now is in front of us in P10. That is Sirotkin in front of him, who's holding him up massively. Sirotkin is on the red tire, I believe, the super soft, and so he's gonna be much slower. He's in the Williams as well, so he must be coming in this lap. He's collided with Vettel, I mean Ricardo, but he's gonna come in now. We're gonna get some tow maybe, but now we're fighting with Ricardo for P6. There's Sainz as well coming down our inside. It's going to be 3 wide going to turn 1. Let's hope no one collides here. Ricardo, we touch a little bit there, but we're gonna come out on top there as Ricardo loses a place to us. But no, he's gonna get a good run here. Might even see him dive it down the inside. We leave him a bit of space to respect him, but no, he's side by side. I thought I actually made that move, but he's down our inside. He actually touches us a bit there, and we're still gonna fight. What a great battle we're having here with our sister teammate, but he's gonna get us as another time on the straight. That's Sainz as well. We get a warning there for colliding with Ricardo there. Sainz actually collided there pretty heavily with Ricardo, and now we're losing time because of him to Ricardo because of Sainz. He went in the middle of us. We're gonna dive it down the inside of Sainz, trying to hold the position there. I'm actually already losing my voice as this race is going on. Lap 9, don't forget, 5 laps remaining, but I think we might have the move sticked, but no, we don't. Sainz is still fighting with us. He gets DRS onto the straight there, and we collide their tires a little bit. We lose the car a bit there, but oh, we're all over the place here. The curbs are really dangerous in that part of the track, but he's probably gonna get, yes, he does get a great exit, and he's gonna try maybe go down the inside. We try and block him. He's probably using full ERS. We're gonna still hold the outside. We were a bit scared there, and we went a bit off track trying to avoid him. But as we go into lap 10 now, we're gonna use his slipstream to dive it down the inside once again. What a great battle we're having with Sainz here. Our old, not teammate, but he was in our team last season. He's gonna get us once again. We're gonna put it on the inside. This time we learned our lesson, but he's gonna get a great exit. We get a pretty poor exit. Yellow flags there. I think someone must have retired. But I think Sainz might have got us now. We might have a chance on the straight then. Yes, Roman Grosjean is out of the race. No virtual safety car, nothing. He must have had an engine failure. which is pretty poor to see. But skipping now to the end of the race, literally nothing happened, and we've lost time there to Sainz. Couldn't catch him, but yeah, nothing happened. We're gonna cross the line to finish in an incredible P8 for Toro Rosso Racing.
So Mercedes have won it, and what a great race it was. So, how exactly did they set themselves apart from the pack today?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well though, there's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
And here are our podium drivers today after that excellent race. They've excelled here, as they so often do, and it's a well-deserved victory. Mercedes, then, are on top today. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. It's a good result for Lewis Hamilton, who moves further ahead at the top of the table. Moving on to the driver of the day then. Anthony Davidson, who would you go for?
And my driver of the day was Nico Hulkenberg. He did a cracking job moving through the field and just highlighting why he's so highly rated in the paddock.
On to the constructors then. Mercedes have extended their lead at the top of the standings. Meanwhile, Ferrari have improved their position. A strong weekend from them as they fight their way towards the top. After all this drama, you'd be mad not to join us for the next race. We hope to see you then. Take care.
Well, what a race that was. Lewis Hamilton wins the race and continues to lead the championship. Ferrari are now in second, while Mercedes lead by quite a big margin. We, Toro Rosso, are in seventh, with Williams and Sauber still trying to find points. We are now in 12th, just in front of our teammate Pierre Gasly. We have 4 and 2 points respectively. Well, already getting points in each of our races, Toro Rosso, which is a pretty good result.
How do you think it went? You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. It wasn't the cleanest race today, was it? Great! Well, that's everything.
So, in the rivalry section, we are still losing it. We are just 1 point behind. He has 10, I have 9. We get more resource points for the team. We get the team goal bonus, which is a good looking 400. That is basically an upgrade. We get a huge boost in our team relationship, but the team are really happy with me, and I'm happy. So next race we're gonna have really huge upgrades for the car. We have 3 upgrades coming. Let's hope none of them fail. But if you did enjoy this video, guys, smash that like button, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.